I'm Matt, and today I wanted to show you guys the mini Jeep. I picked this thing up a couple years ago for my daughter and I to go mobbing around and have some fun on. And over the past couple years, we've done quite a bit to it, and I wanted to show you guys what we've done. I'm hoping we can take this out soon for an overnight adventure, or just for the day and go mob it around and show you guys how it does and have some fun. Let me know down in the comments if you guys would like to see an overnight with the Jeep or just a mini Jeep day. So first off, we did a custom lift. Did some bigger tires and wheels off of a golf cart set up on it. We cut the front bumper down, put a little winch on there. Did these custom fenders because the other fenders you can see right here, they end right here, so a lot of the mud would spray up the sides and get it all nasty. So got this metal here we made up and put on these front fenders, and it extends it out a little bit. We got some diamond plate runners. Did some back fenders because there's no fenders. Show you guys this. I took the gas tank out of it, did a whole new setup. Took a bunch of stiffeners and enforced the frame and made it a lot stronger, all from what the factory had. Did some custom high steer knuckle mounts down there with some Heim joint steering. Since it's a lot higher, it seems to work out pretty good. And then I did this little air horn, and it actually works pretty good. It's pretty loud. Over here I hooked up a little switch setup, so I got a little mini fan that sits underneath here that's mounted, and it blows onto the motor and everything else because it's just an air-cooled 125cc. So I installed a little fan and put it on a switch so I could kick it on in the summertime when it's hot and keep the motor extra cool. And then I did rock lights. They're like blue under LED rock lights. You can kind of see up. I did on every one of the corners, and at nighttime it's pretty cool. This whole thing is like a blue glowing orb. It's kind of neat. Did a bigger, thicker seat because these are the ones that came in it. This is the one my daughter sits in. See the thickness difference. This one, your butt hurts after, sheesh, a good probably 20 minutes your butt's sore, so I definitely got a big, thick, comfy seat on there. Come around to the back. I did this aluminum tank in the back. This way it's gravity fed, and it falls directly below right up there to the motor. But I did a bigger racing carburetor setup on there, and it definitely opened it up and made it run a lot better. Geared it down on the engine and on the axle also. I got a lot more torque out of it and power out of it rather than high speed. I think max at the gearing that I have it at right now, I think was like 24, 25, which isn't that fast, but it's fast enough for on one of these. Did a bigger battery with a battery box in the back here, so you can set this down. You can throw a full-size bigger battery to run all your electronics. I did a battery kill switch here. Did a fuse panel here. This way everything's fused and protected. Did a marine radio. Did this marine radio here, so I put a little speaker mounted down there, and then I got the other speaker mounted back here. Waterproof marine rated trickle charger I have mounted into the battery. This way it's hooked into it full time, so when I'm not using it when we get back, I can just plug it into the wall and keep the battery maintained. All right, we did a full-size LED speedometer here that's also digital down in here and tells you. I ran the winch switch right up here so you can sit and control the winch from here. We did our air horn switch right there, and then this little guy here is a 12 volt like cigarette lighter plug fan for summertime. It actually puts out pretty good little air. It keeps my daughter and myself kind of cooled down when it's really, really hot in the summertime. So over here we have a 12 volt system where you can kick your switch on and it'll tell you what your battery voltage is. And then you have, let's see if you can see that, little USB plugs, and then your 12 volt cigarette lighter plug that I have my fan plugged into. But it's a pretty fun little unit. Fenders have definitely been a game changer so we don't get all that mud. That's where all this mud came from originally, was having no fenders. It was a mess, so I got bored in the garage one day and whipped up these little fenders, and I think they work out pretty good. All right, if we come around to the back, did some diamond plate in the rear here. Also did the rear shocks. You can have them in a softer setting and it still holds my weight, her weight, and everything else. This is the cool part. I made this little receiver hitch unit and had it bolted into the back of the frame here, where it'll, I can put my receiver hitch on here and I can pull my boat out of the backyard or my little trailer out of the backyard. Makes it really, really convenient and nice. Got some bear spray, just in case you come across some crazy bears out there. It's pretty cool little unit though. I have a blast with it, she has a blast. I did that bigger carburetor. It had the choke on the stock one run up here, and on the bigger carburetor it didn't have that type of choke set up, so I just cut like a access hatch here and put Velcro under it. But I got access to my carburetor, and that's my choke knob right there, so I can just pull my choke up when I want to warm it up, and after it's warmed up I kick it off, throw this little panel down, and bam, this way I don't have to crawl underneath it or run any special brackets or anything up here. I made a top for this and some like doors out of some green canvas material, so we can pop these poles up and a top and some doors. You can mount them inside these little brackets I put here. They're like PVC attachment ends. They're cheap little units, but they work for when it's raining out. We just take our poles, set our poles in here, put our top on here. Pretty cool, pretty convenient, but I'll show you what that looks like. And this is it with the top and the doors I made up for it. We usually put these on when it's rainy or it's all cold out. Got some pockets in the back. It's pretty cool, simple little setup. But it attaches down here. I just put Velcro on all these little spots. And then up here you can just take it, pop that out and Velcro it down, hop in. My daughter will sit up in here, and then we can close it shut for her, and it keeps the wind off of her and all the mud and everything else. But it definitely works out pretty good. These little bars come off in the middle, and then these sides, I can take these bars out and this top off. I just use Velcro and sewed it on there where it attaches up underneath it. But all four of the poles on the corners and the top will separate, and the bag will roll up along with the back and the doors, and I can put it inside this small little bag, so it stores away pretty good. Pretty cool little thing. But if you guys enjoyed this, leave a like, consider subscribing, go check out the other videos, and until next time, adventure on.